state of hearing had relied upon one coordinate bench order of this honorable court, stating that it is covered. However, on certain factual and legal aspects, I would like to distinguish that pertaining to this case, my lords. I have made a brief synopsis, my lords, in this case, if I may, and a list of authorities, if I may permit it to hand it over.
Okay.
Sir.
Yen mandamus.
Lords, petitioner is already working in BESCOM. Lords, petitioner is already working at BESCOM as an assistant since 2016.
Idian service matter.
Yes, my lords. The lordships had heard it on the last state of hearing. The short question is involved, my lords.
My lords, actually it is covered, my lords, because in identical situation, the question is, he suffers a disability different from the one notified in the employment notification. The disabilities for each post is identified by the government in exercise of its power under the Rights to Disabilities Act, Section 32. So the government will undertake an exercise to what posts are suitable for what disability and identify certain posts for certain disabilities. This petitioner suffers from a different disability from what is notified. On that ground, it was rejected.
It doesn't meet the disability indicated in the notification.
In the notification, and also the government also has identified posts. He doesn't meet that. On that ground, it has been rejected. On similar cases pertaining to the same notification, petitions have been dismissed on this ground. That you cannot challenge this.
My lords, the disability criteria for the post, the entry level post, that is assistant.
Whether that disability has a direct nexus with the post.
No, my lords, because of this reason, it is not because of this reason. When I was appointed initially as an assistant, the disability criteria was the same.
दोस्तों यहाँ पर आप लोग को मैं समझा देता हूँ कि यहाँ पर कौन सा मैटर पे हियरिंग चल रही है। यहाँ पर एक आदमी विकलांग है, जिसको डिसेबल भी बोला जाता है, और उसको कोई पोस्ट मिली है। जब प्रमोशन की बारी आई तो वहां पर उसके डिसेबिलिटी होने की वजह से उसको प्रमोशन नहीं दिया जा रहा है, तो उसी पे जोरदार बहस हो रही है। आपको एक मूवी याद होगी पंकज त्रिपाठी की। वहां पे पंकज त्रिपाठी जब कोर्ट जाने लगते हैं तो एक अपने साथी वकील को कहते हैं, भाई मेरे साथ कोर्ट चलो, मैं तुम्हें पैसा दूंगा। तो यहाँ पर ये भाई साहब जो हैं, ये मतलब पूरी बहस से बहुत बढ़िया, वकील साहब बहुत बढ़िया बहस कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये भाई साहब हमको लगता है शायद ये साथ में कॉन्फिडेंस देने गए हैं। तो ये सब चीजें वकील लोग करते हैं ताकि कोई साथ रहे तो जज साहब के सामने कॉन्फिडेंस बना रहे।
Was appointed in the year 2016. Now this post is the higher level post, the promotional post, assistant accounts officer. The disability criteria for that post is also identical. There is no difference at all. But now they say that I cannot be appointed because I do not meet the disability criteria. But I have been working as an assistant, the lower level post, with the same disability criteria, which is there in the present notification. Therefore, my lords, there is a special enactment which governs this field. That is the Persons with Disabilities Equal Opportunities Protection of Rights and Full Participation Act 1995. Now, my lords, it is repealed. Now a new legislation has come, that is Disabilities Act of 2016. Which also has an identical provision, section 23, which states that no promotion shall be denied to a person merely on the ground of his disability. Now, there are several apex court judgments on this point, my lords, wherein once a candidate enters the service and thereafter with certain kind of disability, his promotion cannot be denied merely on the ground of disability. There is one judgment of this honorable court.
Submit, my lords, this is not a promotion as he is contending. He was a employee of BESCOM. He took an NOC from the employer to apply again for a direct recruitment
in service candidate.
Please. So that is not a promotion. He applied. It's not a promotion. It's an again direct recruitment to the other higher post. It is not a promotion as they're contending.
Because my lords, not correct. Let me complete, my lords. My lords, the judgment which my learned friend is relying upon, the coordinate bench judgment, there the petitioner had applied for the entry level post. He was not an in-service candidate. He was not working there prior. So when he applied for the first time to the department, certainly his application was rejected because he did not meet the disability criteria. But here is a case slightly different, wherein I'm already an in-service candidate. With respect to the same disability criteria, I was appointed in the year 2016 as an assistant. It is a table work, except for writing, there is no other special skill is required for this post. The next post also, assistant accounts
What's the
officer.
disability you're holding now, right now?
My lords, my disability.
Annexure A, page 16, disability certificate.
Now there is an interim order.
My lords,
It's an
the
interim order to
order,
keep one post vacant.
vacant,
It's
my lords.
You're kept vacant.
been kept vacant.
And moreover, my lords, there is no other person selected. No other person has been affected by this. They
you're-
say
But you're denied on the ground.
I am denied, saying that no eligible candidate is found. This is the endorsement given. My lords, the disability
Like recruitment, how? Any written test is there?
written test is there.
You have cleared the written test.
I have cleared the written test. There is no dispute about that. I have scored more than the cutoff percentage.
Alright, you said that this is covered.
Please, my lords.
Which is the judgment then?
My lords, in the list of authorities which I have submitted, if your lordships may kindly use the judgment.
दोस्तों कोई भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो जजमेंट होता है उसको एज अ लॉ माना जाता है जब मतलब उस जजमेंट को दिखाकर आप अपने पक्ष में बहस कर सकते हैं। अगर पहले कभी भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई जजमेंट दिया है जिस तरह का आपका केस है तो आप उस जजमेंट का सहयोग ले सकते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने फला साल ये जजमेंट दिया था, इस वजह से मुझे भी ये उसी से मिलता जुलता मेरा भी केस है, इसलिए उस जजमेंट के हिसाब से मुझे भी न्याय मिलना चाहिए। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट होता है अपने आप में ही कानून होता है।
Reported in 2009-14 SCC 546. First
Para
judgment.
30.
Please, madam, para 30. At ink page number 10, my lords.
Yes, sir.
My lords, para 30, the provision which I earlier referred to, my lords, is interpreted here. Subsection 2 of section 47 deals with non-discrimination in promotion, provides that no promotion shall be denied to a person merely on the ground of his disability. This would mean that a person who is otherwise eligible for promotion shall not be denied promotion merely or only on the ground that he suffers from a disability. Thus, section 47(2) bars disability per se being made a disqualification for promotion. To give an example, a person working as a lower division clerk suffering from disability of low vision cannot be denied promotion to the post of upper division clerk merely because of his disability. This is because the efficiency with which he functioned as an LDC will be the same while functioning as a UDC also, and the disability as such will not affect his functioning in a higher post. But the position is different if the disability would affect the discharge of functions or performance in a higher post, or if the disability would pose a threat to the safety of the co-employees, members of the public, or the employee himself, or to the assets and equipment of the employer. If promotion is denied on the ground that it will affect the safety, security, and performance, then it is not denial of promotion merely on the ground of his disability, but is denial of promotion by reason of the disability plus something more. That is adverse effect of the disability upon the employee's performance of the higher duties or functions attached to the promotional post. It is significant that section 47(2) does not provide that even if the disability comes in the way of performance of higher duties and functions associated with the promotional post, promotion shall not be denied. Section 27(2) bars promotion being denied to a person on the ground of disability only if the disability does not affect his capacity to discharge the higher functions of the promotional post. Therefore, my lords, this is the case wherein because of his disability, there is no impediment for him to perform the functions of the post of assistant accounts officer. That is not even their contention. Their only contention is a hyper-technical point that he does not fulfill the disability criteria. Now, my lords, there is one more coordinate bench judgment of this honorable court, wherein even there, the candidate was working on a contract basis on the same post. When he applied for in the direct recruitment, his application was rejected because he does not fulfill the disability criteria. On that basis, my lords, the judgment I am produced, it is produced at ink page number 20, my lords, writ petition number 11133 of 2019.
Paragraph.
Lords, paragraph 7 at page number 24. There were several other grounds also, my lords. This was one of the ground.
दोस्तों एक कर्नाटका हाई कोर्ट का मामला है। हालांकि जज साहब इतने पेशेंस के साथ सुन रहे हैं, इनको इतना समय दे रहे हैं। मैंने पटना हाई कोर्ट के जो जज हैं उनको भी देखा है, एमपी के जो काफी जज हैं मैंने उनकी भी हियरिंग को सुना हुआ है। लेकिन ये जज साहब इतना समय दे रहे हैं, बड़ी बात है, पूरे मामले को अच्छी तरह सुन रहे हैं और मतलब मौका दे रहे हैं। हालांकि देखने से ये जो यंग लॉयर लगते हैं, और हालांकि बहुत सारे ऐसे जज होते हैं जो नए वकील आते हैं, यंग वकील लेते हैं, उनको बहुत प्रोत्साहित करते हैं कि वो आगे बढ़ें, और कुछ जज बहुत बार गलती करने पे हड़का भी देते हैं। तो ये सब चीजें कोर्ट वगैरह में चलती रहती हैं।
Yes.
It is further contended that even prior to the issuance of notification dated 8/9/2016, he has been working in the corporation on contract basis. If the work of the petitioner is not affected due to disability, there was no reason for the corporation to have declined appointment when he was found to be meritorious. Lords, after recording this contention at the operative portion, Lords, at page number 29, this honorable court gives a direction.
Yes.
At page number 29, Lords, writ petition is allowed in part. The respondent corporation is directed to reconsider the case of the petitioner afresh, keeping in mind three factors: the functioning of the petitioner since 2016 on contract basis in the same post. This is in recognition of the fact that with respect to the same disability, he has been working there, and there is no impediment in carrying out those functions. My lords, with this background, how this law has to be interpreted with respect to recruitment of physically handicapped persons, the Honorable Supreme Court, my lords, in another judgment, my lords, reported in 2021 5 SCC 370 at page number 33, my lords, in page number 33.
Yes.
Para 62 may kindly be seen at page number 68.
Para 62.
Please, my lords, at page number 68.
Yes, sir.
There is a principle of reasonable accommodation which has to be considered in such cases. The principle of reasonable accommodation acknowledges that if a disability as a social construct has to be remedied, conditions have to be affirmatively created for facilitating the development of the disabled. Reasonable accommodation is founded in the norm of inclusion. Exclusion results in the negation of individual dignity and worth, or they can choose the route of reasonable accommodation where each individual's dignity and worth is respected. Under this route, the powerful and the majority adapt their own rules and practices within the limits of reason and short of undue hardship to permit realization of these ends. In the specific context of disability, the principle of reasonable accommodation postulates that the conditions which exclude the disabled from full and effective participation as equal members of society have to give way to an accommodative society which accepts difference, respects their needs, and facilitates the creation of an environment in which the societal barriers to disability are progressively answered. Accommodation implies a positive obligation to create conditions conducive to the growth and fulfillment of the disabled in every respect of their existence, whether as students, member of the workplace, participants in governance, or on a personal plane in realizing the fulfilling privacies of family life. The accommodation which the law mandates is reasonable because it has to be tailored to the requirements of each condition of disability. The expectations which every disabled person are unique to the nature of the disability and the characteristics of the impediments which are encountered as its consequence. Therefore, my lords, my contention herein, the interpretation given is with respect to the very same provision, my lords, of Disabilities Act of 2016. Therefore, unlike other statutes where literal interpretation has to be given, a more reasonable and harmonious interpretation needs to be given for the benefit of such candidates, especially in view of the fact that no third party interest has been affected. There is no other person whose interest has been affected, because if someone else is there who fulfills the eligibility criteria, then I would not have any stand in before this honorable court. However, my lords, when there is no candidate available, and when I've already been working there with the same disability criteria, I cannot be denied promotion on this count. This is my contention.
यहाँ पर दोस्तों वकील साहब ये कह रहे हैं कि जब कोई वैकेंसी निकली हुई है, जब कोई अलग से उसके लिए कैंडिडेट नहीं है, जब पहले से जो कैंडिडेट वहां पे काम कर रहे हैं, जिसके जो पूरे क्राइटेरिया को फुलफिल कर रहे हैं, तो उनको प्रमोशन में अवसर क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है? यही जज साहब ये बात अपनी रख रहे हैं। यहाँ पर सॉरी वकील साहब यहाँ पर अपनी बात रख रहे हैं। देखिए वकील साहब ये बहुत बहुत पुराने नहीं लग रहे हैं, यंग एज के लग रहे हैं, और मतलब किस तरह इन्होंने बहस की, मतलब इतने कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ। ये कमी देखने को मिलता है, कितनी कम एज में आपका जो बात करने का तरीका है, वही बता देता है कि आपका कॉन्फिडेंस आपके अंदर कितना है। और कॉन्फिडेंस कब आता है? जब आप अच्छे से फाइल पढ़े होते हैं, आप अच्छे से केस की तैयारी किए होते हैं, तब आप जब कोर्ट में बहस करते हैं, तो वहां पे फिर कहते हैं अलग ही निखार आता है।
My lords, I'll just state a few facts, my lords. Annexure A, page 16 is the disability certificate of the petitioner, my lords, of the petition.
Annexure A.
Annexure A, page 16.
What designation he was holding when at the entry level? He was
He
appointed
was
as
appointed as an assistant, my lords. I'll just come to that.
assistant.
Assistant.
Just
that's all.
assistant, only
Assistant.
Just assistant.
Assistant.
And what work was assigned to him?
My lords, assistant works, my lords, it would be to, it's a general KEDA, my lords. There's no specific work. Whatever is required, comes under that. If I may just point out, Annexure A, page 16, my lordship would find under.
And what is his disability?
His disability is BLA, both legs and both arms affected. My lordship would find it in the middle of locomotive or cerebral palsy in that page, my lords. In paragraph number 1, capital A, under that, number 3, there's a tick mark. Both BLA, both legs and both arms affected. And my lordships may note in paragraph 3, percentage of disability is 75%. So he falls under the category of BLA, both legs and both arms, 75%.
He falls in the category
BLA,
B.
both legs and both arms, and
And,
75%.
It is assistant 75%.
75% disability. My lords, the next page, my lordships make.
My lord, sorry to interrupt. In the same annexure, there is a note also of the doctor. In the same annexure, my lords, the doctor has given a note. The person is eligible to do light job which involves sitting and writing with his hand. That also has been
There's an endorsement
endorsement.
in the disability.